Gotta admit, it's pretty cool sometimes when some of the celebrities from the Central Florida area come to Spectrum Field. Today it was Hulk Hogan, who is from Clearwater, talking with Charlie Emanuel. They went on and on about Charlie's days in Japan, and Hulk also got a chance to talk to a lot of the players around the cage this morning. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy. I'll be joined in just a little bit by Ben Davis and Greg Murphy. The Buccos are in town, as you saw. First visit to Spectrum Field here in spring training. And we've watched during spring training some of the evolution of the younger players the Phillies have on their roster. We know that Jorge Alfaro is going to make this club because he's out of options. And he's played quite well so far in spring training, not only offensively, but he's also evolving from a defensive standpoint. And he's working hard with the catching instructors on improving a handful of things. And Ben Davis and Greg Murphy are going to go through some of the things he is working on.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, one thing we hear in spring training, Ben, all the time is guys are working on specific things, and that includes the catchers. Jorge Alfaro's got a lot of work behind the plate, but he's working on a couple of things, and the first is, well, very basic, his setup, right?
Yeah, it's one thing. I know it sounds silly, but even at the little league level to the big league level, you're a catcher. What are you supposed to do? Catch the baseball, and that's the #1 priority back behind home plate. Now, one thing they're trying to get Jorge to do is be a little bit more quiet behind home plate. Gives a sign and gets into a situation where he's presenting a good target to the pitcher. That's exactly what they want him to do. Last year, when he got called up, he kind of got into a habit where he gave the target and he starts swaying a little bit. Well, one, it doesn't give the pitcher a good target to look at, and number two, the umpire can't really zone in on where that pitch is coming from.
All right, so getting him quiet behind the plate is priority #1, but he also slipped into a bad habit or two, which a lot of players will during the season, and they're trying to break him of that.
Yeah, and that's something that we noticed early on in spring training, especially with the runner on first base or second base. You fall in the habit, say you know a breaking ball is coming, right? Well, you get in the position here where you know that breaking ball is coming. Jorge has kind of slipped into the habit of going to one knee to receive the pitch. So it's coming in, and he's going down to one knee. So one thing, A, that's a dead giveaway that a breaking ball is coming, and two, the runner's going to be able to see that and take off. It's hard to go down to one knee, then gather yourself and get back to a throwing position to get the runner at second base.
All right, well, speaking of throwing, that is one thing that Jorge Alfaro has excited Phillies fans about over the last couple of years. However, there are still some things to work on.
He's got a cannon. Everyone knows about his overall ability to throw runners out. But one thing they'd like to get him to do is shorten up his takeaway. So what I mean from a takeaway is you give your sign, you're going to be good position. You get to a position where you go to make that transfer. Well, he's getting a little long back this way. So what they like him to do is shorten that up a little bit and still make a good throw. He's got the arm strength. They just need to quicken up that release point a little bit more.
All right, spring training is about 5.5 weeks long because it gives the players a chance to work on some things to get better because the regular season is right around the corner, Tom.
That's some pretty good stuff right there. We know that the work will continue with Jorge Alfaro today. It will continue with Jared Eickhoff on the mound. Eickhoff is stretching as we speak, getting ready to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates and Stephen Brawl. Back on the Carpenter Complex, the young players, they're going through some drills as well. It's a busy day here in Clearwater. We got baseball coming up in just a little bit. Jorge Alfaro is in the starting lineup. Maikel Franco as well. J.P. Crawford at short. We got all the Phils getting ready to play the Pirates in just a minute. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. By Toyota. Save big all March during Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota, let's go places. By Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at idx.com. got to tell you, Janice Knapp just gave a beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and the PA system was not working here, so the fans sort of helped along, and it was bone chilling just how good it was. Gave you a little goosebumps as the crowd joined in what was arguably one of the best national anthem singers we've heard here in spring training. Gorgeous day for baseball. The Pirates are in town. Let's take a peek at their lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, Adam Frazier's going to be one of the utility guys for the Pirates. He'll lead it off at second. Gregory Polanco, well, he's their main guy here today, along with Josh Bell, and he'll be out in right field. Bell, you see batting cleanup, will be at first base. They're facing Jared Eichhoff, who is ready to go, and the first pitch of the day is in there. We're underway from Clearwater, Florida. Hope you're enjoying your time back home. I know the weather's a little bit better back home today, which is great to hear. 1 ball and 1 strike. Eichhoff so far this spring 2 official games, and then he also pitched in the college game against the University of Tampa. But so far 4 innings, 5 hits, and 5 strikeouts. His last time out against the Blue Jays, that was March 4th. He went 2 2/3. Now that one is served out to left center field. It'll be in for a base hit. And Frazier's going to try for 2. The throw by Odubel is offline, and it will be a double. Well, I think the little back pedal that Odubel did, which he had to do, enabled Frazier to get his way to second base.
And Frazier can run too, and I think also the momentum carrying Odubel towards that left center field gap does enable him to get his momentum back towards second base to make a good accurate throw. Just hitting no man's land, and Frazier sees that, realizes it's going to be hard for Odubel to gather himself and take second base easily.
So that's 7 hits now for Frazier this spring, and here is Gregory Polanco. Polanco hit .251 last year with 11 home runs and 35 runs batted in. That's a towel pop-up. Santana's going to give it a look, but it's going to be back in the seats. I got to tell you, the seats are not filled up yet. They will be. There are hundreds of people that are still outside ready to come in to Spectrum Field. This is going to be one of the more well-attended games this spring. We're talking over 7,000 here.
Yeah, I just made the mistake of trying to get into the store. There you see the Diamond Outfitters right there. Yeah. To return one of our jackets. It was a mob scene in there.
You didn't go in saying, "I'm Ben Davis. I need help."
Well, everyone knows I need help.
2 balls and 1 strike. Diamond Outfitters, if you do come down here, they've got a beautiful assortment of golf shirts.
It's amazing what they have.
T-shirts and jackets.
Get over.
Over to first base. Santana knocks it down. He'll take it to the bag. Over to third base goes Frazier. 1 out.
So Polanco did his job, advancing the runner to third base, less than 2 outs.
That'll bring Jordan Luplow to the plate. He did come up last year, hit .205 with 3 home runs. He's probably going to start in the minor leagues for the Pirates, as the Phillies will play the infield in. Pittsburgh comes into this game with a 4-7-2 record this spring. They're going to be a little different team this year, and that's because they do not have Andrew McCutchen anymore.
Nope.
Or Garrett Cole. So those are 2 big pieces to the Pirates puzzle that have left. 2 balls and no strikes. McCutchen off to the Giants. It's going to be interesting to watch him roam that outfield, huh?
Yeah, there's plenty to roam out there.
Yep. Clint Hurdle. Not many managers stick around for as long as Hurdle has in his major league career. His 16th year overall. First with the Rockies, now with the Pirates. Two balls and 1 strike. There's a front door slider that just kept on spinning. Well, it'd be nice to get an out here and not allow a run to score, and then you can go after Josh Bell, who is such a presence. Out to right field. Nick Williams venturing back. That'll be deep enough to score Frazier. Williams gets a running start. He'll let it fly. His throw to the plate. Oh, it was a good one. And Frazier just beats it.
Excellent throw, and you see Jorge Alfaro with the deke. There's not going to be play. It's not going to be close. That's what Jorge wants the runner to think. That was an excellent throw by Nick Williams.
It was under control, the throw.
So he really gets behind this ball well, and he knows he's not going to get him. But watch the deke here by Jorge. He just stands there until that ball gets right on him. He tries a sweep tag.
So a run in with 2 outs here in the first. Here's Josh Bell, coming off a solid rookie season last year. At .255 with 26 home runs, 90 runs batted in.
And he did it from both sides of the plate equally well.
Yeah, he set a National League record for most home runs by a switch hitting rookie, and fell 1 shy of the major league mark held by, well, Eddie Murray and Tony Clark, now the president of the Players Association and one of my favorite players of all time.
The nicest man you'll ever meet.
That's right.
He's up there in your category, big guy.
Come on. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tony and I first met in 1994 with the Trenton Thunder. And when he arrived, we knew he was tall, but we didn't order a big enough uniform for him.
Where, some floods, was he?
I remember when he looked at the uniform for the first time and he went, I don't think this is going to fit. 2-1 to Josh Bell. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Pitch there by Jared.
We're going to have to hang with DJ Rayburn today, the home plate umpire. I think his mind tells him strike before he tells us. Bell is down on strikes, and that'll wrap up the first inning. Pirates do score a run. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh as we go to the bottom of the first.
Fans, we want to take a moment to remind you that spring training games can end in a tie.
Stephen Brault. Let's take a look at the Phils lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. Well, a lot of these guys you're going to see in the opening day lineup for the Phillies, and this may be how 1 and 2 is set up. It may be where Rhys Hoskins bats as well. See Jorge Alfaro, Cameron Rupp, and J.P. Crawford. They round out the lineup. They'll face the lefty Stephen Brault, who's had a good spring, just 2 games so far. Outside shot of making the team as a starter, but could also be a long man for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, he could be one of those swing guys for the Buccos. 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, change. Last year, very good. He was the 2017 IL most valuable pitcher. So
it says a lot.
It does. It says an awful lot.
Well, he'll face Cesar Hernandez to start it off. Cesar 3 for 20 so far this spring. Last year hit .294. First pitch just below the knees, 1-0. Phillies are 6-8 so far this spring. They had a nice win yesterday against the Yankees. That ball's hit well. It's going to go foul. Ooh. I'm not sure if they were taking a look in the picnic area on that one. One of the things yesterday that Gabe Kapler was happy about, timely hitting late in the game by some of the Phil's offense. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Gabe. Out toward left field. Fading back is Luplow, and he misjudged it. It's over his head, off the wall. Well, I don't know if he misjudged it or it just kept on carrying, because he may not have been able to make that catch anyway.
Yeah, Cesar just cuts the wind here. The wind's definitely blowing in, but he hit it that hard, you cut it. This ball's covered.
I thought he got it more toward the end of the bat. I don't think he did.
No. See, right off the base of the wall, he makes it into second easily.
That'll bring Carlos Santana to the plate. Santana 4 for 19 this spring, but his last week has provided some more results. And he fouls it away. It's 0-1. You think this is where he's going to hit the 2 spot?
I think he's either going to be in the 2 or 4 and 5 hole.
He can lead off also. He's just a little different leadoff hitter than Cesar is. Doesn't have the same speed as Cesar.
They both see a lot of pitches.
A line drive caught by Adam Frazier. No, he was trying to go the other way.
But there is flexibility there in the fact that he's a switch hitter. So Gabe Kapler has a lot of options with Carlos.
Here's Odubel. Odubel 1 for 17 so far this spring. That doesn't sound right, does it?
No. Neither is that 0.59 average. Doesn't look right, but
well, that's
still
1 for
kind of
17,
early.
Ben. What do you think sounds better, 0.59 or 1 for 17?
1 for 17.
Then you're forcing everybody to do the math.
Exactly.
He has hit the ball harder lately, which is good. Means his timing is getting where it needs to be. Brault has gotten some major league time the last 2 years for the Pirates. 0-3 in 2016 in 8 games. 1-0 last year in 11 games, 4 starts. Off the hands toward the hole, off the gloves of Kevin Newman. Hernandez stops at third. And that should be a base hit, because if Newman even had got to that and got to his feet, I don't think he would have gotten Odubel at first.
No chance. Smart play by Cesar there just to go halfway and make sure it does indeed get by the shortstop.
All right, so first and third now for Rhys Hoskins. Well, that's a pretty good giddy up on it. It cut at the last minute on the inside corner. Brault was selected out of Grossmont High School. I should say out of Regis University, but was out of Grossmont High School in El Cajon, California. El Cajon has produced a number of major leaguers, including the Giambi brothers, Tony Clark, who we talked about, Corey Lytle, the late Corey Lytle. List goes on and on. That ball's hit hard toward third, under the glove of Moroff, down the left field line. One run is in. Here comes Odubel heading to third. He'll be held there. And it's an RBI, I think, for Rhys Hoskins. We'll see how they score it. It was hit hard. I would think that has to be a double.
Has to be.
Batting fifth, number 7, Michael Franco, third base.
This goes right under the glove. Like Moroff was he was expecting that ball to pop up a little bit more. That's why you always work from the ground up as an infielder. Nice to see Odubel running well.
So it is an RBI double for Hoskins. For Rhys, that's his 4th hit of the spring. Yeah, the dirt. Change up on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, they're getting some good swings on Brault.
I think they're seeing it pretty well right now.
Yeah. Brault in college was both a pitcher and an outfielder. And then was picked by the Baltimore Orioles in the 11th rounds. He eventually became just a pitcher.
Nice play.
Yep. Diaz, who's going to be the backup catcher this year.
Looks like a transformer back there.
Yeah, he does look like a transformer. What do you think he would be?
More
a Corvette?
than meets the eye.
Sing it, Ben.
That is a good play, though. It really is. By Optimus Prime.
That's right. Bouncing ball left side. That'll get a run home. RBI for Franco. And it's 2-1 Phillies.
Well done. Get down in the count. Just put a ball in play. Something good could happen. That good being an RBI.
Yeah, and they're playing the infield back because Franco does hit the ball hard. So they didn't want to play the infield in this early.
Out in front, but able to stay back just enough. Stay in the middle of the field. Good things happen.
Nick Williams now the hitter. Williams 4 for 16 so far this spring. Breaking ball.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
Outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ben mentioned how Brault last year was the International League Pitcher of the Year. He's 10-5. I mean, that's really good. But what really made him stand out, a 1.94 ERA.
Man.
And the all-important whip, I mean, it was right around 1. He only allowed 85 hits on 120 in the 3rd innings. Out to left field, Luplow shading his eyes from the sun. And the side is retired. The Phillies, though, do get 2 runs on 3 hits. We go to the second. 2-1 Phils on top of the Pirates.
The Hooters VIP Diamondbacks.
Such as price savings compared to individual game tickets. Go to Phillies.com or call 215-463-5000 as we take a peek inside, well, inside that gentleman's ear. Buck goes up from Bradenton. Got a pitch low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Diaz fouls it away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Diaz so far 1 for 11. Francisco Cervelli will be the everyday catcher for the Pirates, but Diaz should be their backup. That ball's hit well deep to left field, and it's not coming back. Man. Solo home run. This ball was just left up in the zone. And that is the second home run of the spring for Diaz. So it's 2-2 ball game.
I think this is a changeup. I wasn't watching the monitor as it was delivered, but just looking at the speed of the pitch, 83 miles an hour. I'm going to take a look here. I guess that's a changeup. I mean, it didn't move. It had no lateral movement, so I'm assuming that's a changeup there. You see Jorge wanted that pitch down, ended up out over the plate.
So now Max Moroff will be the hitter. Moroff last year had 3 home runs, 21 RBIs in 56 games with the Pirates. He's kind of like Adam Frazier, a utility guy. He'll bounce around from place to place in the infield. Frazier can also play the outfield. Outside, 2-1. That fastball looked like it cut a little bit. Pirates should have a decent infield. That guy's going to be part of their future infield, Kevin Newman. But they should have a decent infield this year. They'll have Bell at first base, Josh Harrison at second, Jordy Mercer at shortstop, and then Colin Moran over from the Astros, who had a very good year at AAA last year, is supposed to be their third baseman. Swing and a miss. 91 on that fastball. Second strikeout for Jared Eichhoff. Kevin Newman's coming up, and Kevin Newman's college teammate Scott Kingery is standing by with Greg Murphy.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty good timing as your college teammate comes up to bat. Scott Kingery joins us down here in the left field corner. Hey, it's been a lot of fun so far this spring for you, I would imagine. Your second big league camp, and obviously you're just here trying to open eyes, and so far so good.
Yeah, I mean, my main goal is to come out here, have some fun, and every time I step on that field, kind of prove what I can do.
Talk a little bit about the mindset as you come into spring, because there's some things you can control and there's some things you can't. How do you just concentrate on the things you can control? Yeah,
I mean, spring training, it's a time to work on stuff, kind of get back in the swing of things. So for me, I'm focused on baseball, and the other side of it, I can't really control. So my main focus is to come out there and just kind of go out there and have some fun with my teammates and show them what I have.
Obviously you're working with a new coaching staff this year, and there are things that I'm sure you brought to camp that you wanted to work on, things that they may want you to work on. What was your plan as you came in, and things that you said, what, here's where I'm taking my next step?
I think base running is always going to be something I can improve on. Alongside that, my approach to the plate tends to, I tend to expand the zone sometimes, and I think more experience and more, game at bats will help with that. But that's something I need to focus on.
Well, you mentioned a couple of times having fun, and hey, after all, this is a game, right? You're playing the game of baseball. It's a business, but it's a game. This group of guys inside the clubhouse, you guys are having some fun this year, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we got some different kind of stuff going here. We were talking about the talent show, and it's just a lot of fun with this group of guys. We got a lot of young guys, some veterans that big name guys that came in, and we're kind of clicking right now, and I think there's something good going on in the clubhouse.
All right, next time we have Scotty on, we're going to have him do the ribbon dance, but we won't have you do that now as part of the talent show, but we will do a minute with Murph. You ready for that? All right, according to the media guide, you are an avid reader, so if someone says to you, hey, what book should I read, what's your number one go-to?
Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. There's a movie coming out pretty soon.
That is a really good book. I literally just read that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. All right, so I already read his favorite book. All right, looking at your social media page, a lot of tweets about cheeseburgers, okay? So I want you to build the perfect cheeseburger for us.
All right, we're going to have to go 2 patties, 2 pieces of cheese, some bacon, probably some avocado, a little ketchup, a little mustard, and maybe some lettuce and tomato.
That sounds pretty good. Side of fries with that?
Of course.
Yeah. See how well I did the side of fries thing? I'm all right. All right, finally, nickname, of course, is Scotty Jetpack. So if I was able to procure a jetpack, and T-Mac can get just about anything, so maybe we could get you one, where would you go?
I'm thinking New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah.
Be a pretty far ride on the jetpack.
It would, but I'd get to see a lot of new things. So,
well, Scott, New Zealand it is. If we can get you that jetpack. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes down here in the corner, guys. We'll send it back upstairs. T-Mac, can you get the jetpack for us? It's gonna
have to be a really big jetpack.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna have to refuel.
Well, we can always refuel over Nova Scotia, I guess.
Refueling over Nova Scotia seems to be the plan at this point. We got it.
Third strikeout for Jared Eichhoff. The Pirates tied the game up in this inning on a home run by Diaz. We'll go to the bottom of the second. I'll leave it at 2.
That's 118, row 4, seat number 12. Congratulations, you just won a $50 gift certificate.
fan, you already know that you can stream every Phillies regular season game live on your device. But new this season, all of our spring broadcasts are available as well, including this game. Download and install the NBC Sports app so you can stream Phils all spring and summer. You know why I chuckled, Ben, when I said as well.
The Sarge.
The Sarge. We saw the Sarge last night.
Yeah, we did.
He's got 2 new knees. I asked him what he did with his old ones. He said, I don't know.
Oh, the Sarge.
He looked good, though, didn't he?
He looked great.
Had 2 great left fielders that we saw last night. Sarge and Greg Luzinski were both at the event we were at. Bouncer foul. And as Dave Buck said, the greatest second baseman in the room, Mickey Morandini, was there as well. Alfaro this spring 5 for 14 with a home run. Now the inside corner, good location on that fastball. Have you seen progress with Jorge about the things you talked about them working on?
Very much so in his setup. The initial setup has been a lot better.
Is that the most important thing? I know you said it's the you did number 1, number 2, but is that the most important thing, do you think, for him?
I think so. Obviously, calling a game and working with your pitchers is important. But I know it sounds so elementary, but first thing you have to do is catch the ball. Well, it sounds so simple, but you have to obviously give the good target and make it look as presentable as possible to the umpire.
Yeah, I think the rocking back and forth that you talked about, I think even for the novice, you could see that last year. And there are catchers that do that. I mean, you know, some of the best catchers that the game has seen in recent years used to do that. Benito Santiago used to move.
He used to just use his mitt, basically.
Well,
he kind of sit in the same spot.
Zoop, zoop. Cameron Rupp takes upstairs.
But seriously, I mean, if you're, and that's the rocking I'm talking about, back and forth, you know, you're just kind of swaying from side to side. If you're a pitcher, you don't want a moving target.
If you were a physical education teacher, would you wear those same shorts?
How come I brought that up this morning? I said, do I look like a gym teacher in these?
We agreed.
And then, but you didn't have to tweet it out. Take a photo and tweet it out.
Yeah. So I got a miss, 1 and 2.
Didn't help that I said we're going shirts and skins and we're playing dodgeball here in a minute.
I used to love dodgeball. Cameron is 2 for 14 so far this spring. And now the 0-2 pitch. Bouncing ball foul.
He's had a tough spring offensively, and it just seems like he's 0-2 every at bat.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. So Cameron strikes out for the second out.
Batting ninth, number 2.
And here's J.P. Crawford.
The hardest fastball we've seen out of Broad at 93. Just kind of climbs the ladder a little bit. About over the plate. Cameron can't catch up.
JP takes a strike. JP is 4 for 15 this spring. Fouls it away, 1 and 2.
Now Brault has dropped down on that his arm angle twice. He did it once to Nick Williams, and he just did it to JP the pitch before that, and he threw both fastballs. So I think if you're a lefty and he drops down again, you got to look fastball until he throws from a different arm angle, something spinning. You got to look heater.
And there you go. Well, that was at 86. What was that?
Slider.
Okay.
But he didn't drop down as much as he did on
he
those
didn't.
2 fastballs. something you can put in the back of your mind.
Fly ball shallow center field. Cunningham makes the catch. They're struggling with the sun today. Phillies are retired in order. We've completed our first 2 here in Clearwater. We move on to the 3rd.
Big Storm Brewing.
Thursday, April 5th, the Phillies will open up the season at Citizens Bank Park against the Miami Marlins. A commemorative knit hat will be given out to everybody coming to the ballpark. It's Nemours opening day. And then McDonald's opening night will be Saturday, April 7th, when the Phillies take on the Marlins. And the Be Bold t-shirt will be given out to fans 15 and older. You can get all tickets by going to Phillies.com. The Pirates are doing something we haven't seen this spring, and that's have the pitcher hit. This is usually the point. I shouldn't say it's this point. It's usually next week when the pitchers begin to hit around spring training games. Part of it is that Brault was a very good hitter, as we said, in college, and has done a decent job during his professional career. Breaking ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2. He serves it into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit.
Good piece of hitting.
Yeah, it was.
Backdoor breaking ball.
Second baseman.
I think they were just trying to freeze him, huh?
I think so.
Well, here's Frazier, who doubled his first time up.
I'm not going to lie to you, Tom. That used to frustrate me as a position player.
When a pitcher would get a hit?
Yeah. It really frustrated me behind the plate when a pitcher would get a hit. You know, just you think they should just be an out. Well, not all of them are.
What about when you pitched? Did you ever hit when you pitched?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Did you lobby to hit?
No. My hitting days were over.
Over to first base, past Santana and into right field. Brault around second, heading to third. And the Pirates have runners on first and third.
Right fielder,
with nobody out. And now Gregory Polanco is coming up. First pitch fastball is in there, and it's 0-1. Polanco grounded out to Santana his first time up. Phillies are conceding the run here. They've got the shift on for Polanco.
And then some. That is a gaping hole up the middle. Look at this all in here. It's amazing.
Swing and a miss. Polanco last year had 3 different stints on the disabled list. He missed 40 games, which is why his numbers were down. 2 years ago, he had 22 home runs, 86 runs batted in. His batting average was similar last year, 251. But everything else was down. Power numbers were down. He finished with 31 extra base hits last year. And he had 60 extra base hits the year before. Participated in the World Baseball Classic last year for the Dominican Republic. Did really well there. Out to shallow right field. Nick Williams coming in. Brault tagging from third. Williams has got it. Brault heading home. He just draws the throw. And everything worked out well for the Phillies because Santana was able to cut it off. And that kept Frazier over at first base.
You still have that double play in order here.
Well, one away. Jordan Luplow is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. He's got a surprise guest.
I certainly do. And if you were out here at batting practice today, you felt the buzz as this man walked out on the field. Hulk Hogan is here at Spectrum Field. Nice to see you, and nice to have you out here and watching the Phillies today.
Brother, I had no idea the Phillies were all Hulkamaniacs. No wonder they beat everybody.
You know what? Our players, our coaching staff, we're very excited to see you. I noticed that you had a long conversation with Charlie Emanuel down there, and you were a ball player yourself at one time. So were you guys talking a little hitting? Is that what you were doing?
We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about him living in Japan when I wrestled there. We talked about me playing high school ball and getting a grounder that dribbled down the third baseline. When I threw it underhanded to first base, I broke my arm. So I segued into wrestling after that. But we had a lot to talk about. But the main thing that was a lot of fun was to see how many of the players knew who I was.
Absolutely.
A lot of these guys weren't even born when I won the world title. So to find out that they know all about Hulkamania and they're big wrestling fans, it made me feel young again.
Yeah, you know, and obviously when you came out on the field, there was a lot of excitement, and I got to believe that that kind of thing never get old. Knowing that you have fans at every generation that celebrate the career that you had in wrestling.
Well, thank God it's still happening.
Yeah.
You know, at first I didn't realize how popular the Hulk Hogan character was. And then, you know, at this point in my career, I'm just thankful that it's still going on, and the kids that play baseball and the fans are still excited to see me. So it's a really cool blessing.
Absolutely, it is a blessing. All right, how about if we play a little game? I was telling you a little bit about the Minute with Murphy. Were you ready to play this game? Okay, all right. You're ready. You have not been prepped on these questions. This was great.
Minute with Murph the Surf. You're in Florida now, brother, you know?
I might have to use that. I like that. All right. You know, you're arguably one of the best and most well-known wrestlers of all time. But I want to know, who's your favorite wrestler? Did you have one?
Well, you know, Andre was my favorite of all time. He took me from being a smart aleck kid, slapped me around a little bit, straightened me up, and made me respect the business, and actually guided my career until he passed away. But Andre was my favorite. But nowadays, I'm a big
Oh, there you go.
I'm a big John Cena guy. I love how he took over where I left off. He takes care of all the Make-A-Wish kids. I had the record for Make-A-Wish. I beat out Mr. T and Michael Jackson and Mickey Mouse for many years. But John Cena took it to a whole nother level. So it's not so much the man in the ring, it's what the man is outside the ring. And John is my guy. I love him to death.
What you can do with the power. I love it. All right, Rocky Balboa versus Thunder Lips. Part 2 right now. Who wins that?
Yo, Adrian, I'll squash it. I'll squash him like a grape, just like the first time that I did. But this time, I'm going to drag him back to where the old Philadelphia Spectrum was and beat him right there on that sacred ground, brother.
I love that. And then, you know, Philadelphians back home saying, oh, I don't know, you know, Rocky's pretty special, but I think I'd take you in the fight at this point, no doubt.
Philadelphia is my home. They love Hulk Hogan.
They do.
They like Stallone, but when it gets down to being real, they love Hulk Hogan.
Absolutely. All right, final question. If you could drop the leg just one more time on anybody you wanted to, who would that be?
If I had one more leg drop in,
right over our head,
one more leg drop in me, I would climb to that top rope. I'd put both my big thighs. I'd get laser focused, and I'd drop that leg right on Vince McMahon's head.
There you go.
I would love to squash Vince one last time, brother.
I can hear the cheering in my ear right now when people thinking about that. Hulk, it is great to see you. Thanks for spending a couple minutes with us.
Murph the Surf, brother. You're in Florida.
He's my marketing director. I love this. Hulk, thank you very much. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you. Bell with the opposite field double. That's going to bring home a second run this inning for the Pirates as Frazier will score from second. And an RBI for Bell. And Diaz will be coming up. He homered his last time up.
That was awesome.
Murph the Surf.
Stays back on that. It's a hanger there. Again, a backdoor breaking ball they try and go to, and Bell sees it up and doesn't try and pull it.
Rick Kranitz out to the mound to talk to Jared Eichhoff as the Phils get bullpen action behind him.
The Phillies would like to extend a special Phillies welcome to wrestling legend and Pinellas County resident Hulk Hogan.
There's Ricardo Pinto, who was warming up in the pen. Murph looks small next to Hulk Hogan, didn't he?
It's the Hulk. We don't call Murph the Hulk.
That's right, we call him Murph the Surf. Yeah.
Can you hear him cheering for him right now?
All right, Murph, now you do the same thing.
All right, let me try. No, I got nothing. I got nothing.
No, do the muscle.
For 64 years young, he looks great.
Oh.
Yeah, I got an idea. We got one. There we go. We got one.
Murph's got an idea. Oh, that's great. Do you think he's going to be there for a while signing autographs, Murph?
There you go, brother.
Oh, that was funny. 1 ball and 1 strike to Diaz with a runner at second base. Bouncing ball left side. It's going to be a tough play. Crawford coming in, bare hands, fires in time. That is an outstanding play by J.P. Crawford. The Pirates do get a couple runs in the inning on a sac fly and an RBI double. J.P. Crawford makes sure they get no more.
Try their amazing tacos, nachos.
WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Cool, crisp day here in Clearwater. Temperatures around 70 degrees. It was in the 60s for most of the afternoon. What do you think? Who do you think the professional wrestler is there?
That's a tough question.
It sure is. I only ask tough questions, Ben.
I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Cesar leads it off against Stephen Brault. And he lines one to center field. That'll be in for a base hit. Cesar's 2 for 2 with some good swings.
Double to left his first time up. Bullet up the middle here.
And now Carlos Santana's coming up. He lined out his first time up. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. See if Cesar does try to run. His stolen base percentage was up last year, 15 of 20. They'd like the attempts to be higher because he has such good speed. And he is still learning. There's no question about it. It's one part of his game that he's learning when to go and to be able to read how to go. Outside, and it's 2-0. Swing and a miss at a changeup.
Not what I'm looking for. 2-0. Good pitch there by Brault.
Yeah, good arm action.
These shifts are so extreme. I mean, I know it's, you just look out there and you're like, wait, but they don't have enough guys in the field. I mean, the left side of that diamond, where Bell is, and then where Frazier is. I mean, that's, see, it's 90 feet. That's 120 feet apart.
Oh, he hits it right into the shift. They can turn 2 as long as the exchange is clean at second. The throw goes into the dugout, so that sends Santana to second base. 6-5 on the put out at second base, and E4, or 6-4, I should say.
And you say, well, this doesn't work out. Well, it worked out. It's a ball hit the straightaway shortstop. But why Frazier gets thrown off here with his footwork is because where he had to come from behind that second base bag. And you're not used to coming across the bag like you typically would. So therefore, your footwork's going to be all screwed up. I think, well, if they were just played normal position, it'd be a 6-4-3 double play.
Odubel reached on an infield hit his first time up. Actually went off an infielder and then out into shallow left field. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Phillies have 5 hits already in today's game. Off the end of the bat. Charging is Newman. And he just gets Odubel Herrera. 2 outs. Over to third base is Santana. And that'll bring Rhys Hoskins up to the plate.
Left fielder Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys doubled his first time up, drove in a run. Stilson is the right-hander closest to the Phillies bullpen. Good pitch on that slider. Michael Franco on deck. Let's see what kind of pitch Rhys will get here in this spot. And a liner out to left center field. That'll be in for a base hit. Another RBI for Hoskins as Santana scores. And it's now a 4-3 ball game. Good signs here today for some of the Phillies hitters. Cesar and Rhys are both now 2 for 2.
Third baseman Michael Franco.
And here comes Clint Hurdle. That looks like it's going to be it for Brawl.
You love to see the middle of your lineup doing damage and driving guys in. Rhys stayed down on that ball so well. Santana scores easily. But you're right, Tom. It's nice to see these guys start to get some better swings, some harder hit balls.
Well, we've got a pitching change. The Pirates on top of the Phils, 4-3. Enduring a Phillies game. That's right, group tickets are now available. They're fundraising opportunities. They're also great party areas, including the beautifully renovated Bill Giles Party Suites. Go to Phillies.com/group tickets or call 215-463-5000. John Stilson will take over. He has allowed 8 hits so far this spring. And he will face Michael Franco with Rhys Hoskins at first. First pitch is on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Stilson was signed to a minor league deal by the Pirates out of the Blue Jays organization. They throw behind Hoskins. Wow. What an arm. Oh, boy. It's an excellent slide back by Reese.
Sure was. He went to the farthest part of the bag. I've watched Diaz throw in between innings, and he's got a cannon. The release was outstanding. See how he dives to the back part of that bag?
It remains 0-2. Stilson last year in Buffalo was 2-4 with a 3.14 ERA. Pitched in 38 games on 2 different levels. Kid behind home plate has some really good actions, doesn't he?
He smothers it very well. He gets over top of the ball, deadens it.
Toward the hole, knocked down by Frazier, and he still has plenty of time to get Maikel Franco. Maikel just doesn't run well. And that'll do it for the Phillies here in the third. They do get a run back on the RBI single by Hoskins. It is 4-3 Pirates. And the high-scoring Winnipeg Jets, Flyers versus Jets coverage begins tomorrow afternoon at 12:30, or stream it on the NBC Sports app. Jared Eichhoff continues along here in the top of the 4th inning, trying to get his pitch count up as the day moves on, as we get deeper into spring training. And he will face Max Moroff, Kevin Newman, and Todd Cunningham, the bottom of the Pirates order. Breaking ball. All right, that's a good curveball right there. That's a get me over curve to start the inning. He's probably not going to finish this inning because 60 pitches is the target today. Another curveball. Little effort made to get him going.
Yeah, I mean, you see those takes by Moroff. He's not picking that. He's kind of flinching at it.
There's a fastball that sails. Center field, Odubel Herrera. That ball is traveling toward left center a little bit. He puts it away for the first out.
And that's, I think, again, I know we did the open on Jorge, but I think watching a hitter's reaction, I think is something that he can start to do maybe even a little bit more. I mean, Moroff really honestly flinched at those first two curveballs.
Right.
Obviously not picking the rotation up, not being able to adjust to it as Gabe Kapler comes out. It's going to be enough for Jared this afternoon. But you read the hitter's reaction, and until he makes an adjustment, just keep going with it.
The Phillies have Ricardo Pinto warming up in the bullpen. It looks like they're going to bring him in. So 3 1/3 for Jared Eickhoff this afternoon. We've got a pitching change with the Pirates on top 4-3. Pinto takes over for Jared Eickhoff. 3 1/3 for Jared. 5 hits, 4 runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. See the numbers for Pinto: an 8.10 ERA, 6 hits and 3 1/3. There's Jared. 57 pitches. We mentioned he's trying to get to 60 for today. So I guess they feel comfortable with that. He's going to be 75 his next time out. So Kevin Newman will be the hitter with 1 man down. Newman grounded out his first time up. And Newman takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Kevin Newman was the Arizona teammate. Phillies infielder Scott Kingery. 1-2. Jordy Mercer, we said, will be the starter this year for the Pirates. But Newman's coming pretty quickly. 40 games last year at AAA, hit .283. Overall hit .267 on 2 levels with 4 homers and 41 RBIs. Former first-round pick. Up high, and it's 1-2. the hands to left center field. Odubel on the run. He can't get to it. He plays it on one hop. He covered a lot of ground. And that'll be a base hit for Newman. His average is up over 300 this spring.
Talk about a ball being hit in no man's land. I mean, it's a jam shot. Newman will take it, though. There's just nobody around. I mean, this ball it's in the air for a while. But you see how far Odubel Herrera was shaded towards right center, and Rhys Hoskins could not get there either.
Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw to second a bit high. And Newman is able to swipe the bag. He did have 11 stolen bases last year.
An excellent jump. Not a whole lot Jorge could do. Take away right here. I mean, that is a lot shorter. We talked about that in the open. How far back his arm comes. It's a good pitch to throw on. Just needs to get on top just a little bit more, but that was a better takeaway for Jorge.
To the right side. Newman goes over to third. There are 2 outs, though, as Cunningham is retired.
And when I say takeaway, it's from the time he gets the ball in his mitt. Watch his right hand. It doesn't go very far back. So the shorter this way, the better. And that goes right up top. And that's a lot quicker release. And that's something that they're trying to get him to do. That was a lot better. But you saw he still had the arm strength.
Sure he did.
So he doesn't need to wind up. He still got it there in a hurry.
Cole Tucker is the pinch hitter for the Pirates. With 2 outs and a runner at third base. Good fastball. That one had a great sink on it. So no balls and 1 strike. Kobe Milner loosening up. Got him. So Pito gets the strikeout. That'll wrap up the 4th. A scoreless 4th for the Pirates. On to the bottom of the 4th. Phil's trail it by 1. During Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. Well, you can sit out by the Tiki Bar and watch this game, and then you can peek over and watch the minor league game going on. Yesterday, the Phillies were playing up in Tampa, but then back here on the big field, Kevin Mulvey's Villanova Wildcats were here playing some of the Phil's prospects and some of the Phil's players. Berm is packed today. Well, as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, Dovydas Neverauskas is the new pitcher for the Pirates. That's right. With an ERA of 3.00. He is out of Lithuania.
Baseball hotbed.
Well, he became the first player to be signed directly out of the country of Lithuania. Only one other player from Lithuania, although he was raised in Boston, who has played in the major leagues, was Joe Zabustas, who played for the Philadelphia A's back in 1933. Oh, and 2.
Big arm.
Well, they get big arms in Lithuania. Last year he pitched in 24 games for the Pirates and had an earned run average of 3.91. Swing and a miss. Got him on a breaking ball, and Williams is struck out. They will finish off the strikeout with the throw to first. So 1 away, and here's Jorge Alfaro. 25 years old, but he does have a live arm.
He does, and this is a tight curveball there.
It's a curveball, not a slider. Alfaro with 1 man down will be up for the 2nd time.
Slider there.
Had 13 saves last year in AAA. Originally was a starting pitcher in the Pirates organization, then shifted to the bullpen, where his numbers were increasingly better. Another slider?
Another slider.
0-2. 90 on that slider. So 95 with his fastball.
Talked about reading someone's swing. You know, wouldn't be surprised if Diaz puts down the 3 again after those first 2 swings by Jorge.
Well, he does throw another breaking ball.
Went with a curveball that time.
Look at Jorge hustling up the line. They still are able to get him. So 2 outs.
I mean, those are 2+ breaking balls.
Designated hitter Cameron Rupp.
And straight overhand
curve. And out Cameron Rupp. Well, how he was able to get drafted, or I should say signed, is that he attended the 2008 and 2009 MLB European baseball camps. Major League Baseball, like every other sport, making inroads in other countries beyond Latin America, Canada, and the United States. His dad promotes baseball in Lithuania for children and coaches. And he coaches a handful of national club and little league teams. That ball is lined to left field, and it's run down by Luke Lowe. That's the best ball we've seen Cam hit in quite a while here in spring. So that's a good swing. Phillies go down in order. We've played 4. We'll go on to the 5th with the Pirates up by 1.
If you're sitting in section 120, row 8, seat 1, that's 120.
is back. All April games excluding opening day. 15 games in total for only $50. Go to Phillies.com/spring pass to purchase tickets today. Well, we move on to the top of the 5th inning, and Hobie Milner will come up. Why is Hobie Milner coming in here, Ben, in the 5th inning? Well, it's because you have Adam Frazier, left-handed hitter, Gregory Polanco, a left-handed hitter. So they're trying to get Hobie matched up against these lefties. And he's done quite well so far this spring. I tell you, he is a great story, because he's made himself into a potential major leaguer just because he switched his motion. I mean, now hopefully Gabe Kapler and Rick Kranitz will reap the benefits that the Phillies reaped last year with him in the big leagues for the first time. Out to second base. Nice play on the backhand by Cesar. It went away as the sound effect machine here plays. Holy cow.
It's a good quick first step here by Cesar, ranging to his right. Frazier can scoot a little bit, so he gets to his feet quickly. It's a good strong throw on to Carlos there at first base. Soft hands. A strong arm, right on the money.
And now Polanco, who's 0 for 2. Fly ball right field. Nick Williams a step or two from the track, and 2 outs.
Left fielder Jordan Luplow.
And that brings Jordan Luplow to the plate. Luplow today has 2 RBIs on 2 sacrifice flies. Last year he was the Pirates minor league player of the year because he hit .325 in AAA with 7 home runs and 19 RBIs, but .287 with 16 home runs and 37 runs batted in AA.
And there's a reason they put him in that 3-hole today.
One ball and 1 strike. Third-round selection out of Fresno State, where in his final year was a Golden Spikes semifinalist, which is the award for the best player in college baseball. That includes pitchers and outfielders and infielder, everybody. The whole Bloom and Brady bunch. Balls and 1 strike to Luplow. And a high fly ball to deep left field. That is going to be long gone. Wow. Off the back fence here at Spectrum Field. And it's 5-3 Pirates on top. That's 3 RBIs today. And the third home run of the spring for Luplow.
You don't see too many get out there. I know the wind's blowing out, but good looking swing here. Wow, that's a far one. You mentioned that Golden Spikes winner. I remember going to that ceremony in 1995. Mark Kotze was the award winner that year.
Fly ball to right field. Why'd you go?
I went up there because I got it for the equivalent of the high school.
Oh, nice.
It was a really cool event up in New York City. My folks got to go up. It was fun.
Well, the home run gives the Pirates a 5-3 lead. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth here at Spectrum Field. Spectrum Fields. Let's take a look at our Toyota report. Clint Hurdle is 5th all time in victories for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I would have thought Chuck Tanner was higher than that. Jim Leyland at 851. Danny Murtaugh, he was like sort of a caricature of the way you thought managers should look. Kind of like Casey Stengel. JP goes the opposite way. And one away.
Second baseman Cesar Hernandez.
And now Cesar, who's 2 for 2, will come up for the 3rd time.
First at bat from the left side today.
This kid has been dominant out on the mound, though, hasn't he?
He's looked really good.
Pirates have an excellent closer. And Felipe Rivero, they just signed him to a long-term extension. He can throw 100 every pitch. Jake Thompson loosening up in the pen.
But it's his changeup that sets him apart.
Well, I mean, when you throw 100 and your changeup's at 90, 91 with movement. And 3 pitches, and Cesar is struck out. 3 strikeouts. And 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
It's back to that overhand curveball again. I mean, he's got 3+ strikeout pitches.
Yep. Dovidas Nebrauskas.
Probably call him D for short. Anything?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do with that pitch?
Everything's down in the zone. 6'3", 225 pounds. Pitched in the Futures game in 2016 in San Diego. Bouncing ball back toward the middle. Charging is Newman. And off the glove of Bell. I think Bell got knocked on his heels a little bit.
He didn't look like he was in the best position to receive this ball. It's a play that Bell should make. It's an easy, this is a great play here by Frazier. Just to get to it, attacks it. But you see how Bell was kind of flat-footed. It was on his heels. I'm sorry, by Kevin Newman there. But Bell was not in a good position. You got to be anticipating a bad throw there at first base, and Bell got caught on his heels.
Yeah, Roman Quinn is on a pinch run.
It's be a good matchup here. Roman running. Watch Bell. He's just kind of like on his heels there. I mean, he's not even in position yet to field.
You look how he fell back on it.
Yeah, got to have balance out there. Roman flinched there for a minute. I think he'll be off to the races here.
I would agree. He's got a good lead.
He's well out past that cutout.
Bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Herrera.
Now all the different cutouts, they vary. Some are wider than others. You just have to basically walk it off. But when Roman gets out there, you'll see that his foot is just past that last cutout. Right there on that corner. He'll continue to inch his way out there. There he goes. Get a jump here.
Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looked like he started for a moment and then stopped. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Throw to the second base. Nowhere near in time. Into center field. Backed up by Frazier. So Quinn's got a stolen base. I think the objective is for the next couple weeks is for the Phillies speedsters, whether it be Quinn, Cesar, is to go.
What's it feel like to run like that?
Well,
I mean, that is as good a jump as you're going to get. I mean, look at this. The top speed of his first step.
it's a special feeling, Ben. I'll tell you that much.
Sure. Your truck doesn't even go that fast.
Two and two as Odubel goes after one in the dirt.
It's that hard slider again.
Runner goes, pitches loop down the right field line, and the Phils will get an RBI from Odubel Herrera, who's on his way to second. The throw by Polanco offline. It's now a 5-4 ball game. It's all about that speed too that helped the Phils get that run.
Yeah, that's called making the adjustment all the way around. And you saw Odubel swinging 2 bad pitches, one in a 1-0 count and then in a 2-1 count, but elevates this ball a little bit more, gets out in front, keeps the hands back, keeps it fair, soft serve to right. Phillies get within 1, but I like the hustle out of the box. He's thinking 2 out of the box. Put pressure on that defense, especially with 2 outs. He gets thrown out at second base. I have no problem with that whatsoever. You're trying to get in scoring position with 2 outs. Get thrown out, so be it. But put that pressure on the D. Might see Roman go to center field, maybe, because I know Tommy Joseph is coming in to play first base for Carlos, even though Roman ran for Carlos.
Right. Yeah, so Tommy would bat no Odubel's spot then. Inside 2-1. Tommy also took ground balls at third base today. Yeah, he looked fine. There was one sequence where he was taking ground balls from the coach. He took one, threw to first, and in the next split second, somebody lined one on one hop to him from the cage. Three and one to Rhys Hoskins. There's Roman, who just scored the run. Looks like Andrew Poullin's getting ready to come into the game as well. Well, he got the fastball 3-1.
And he went after it. Usually Rhys is very, I wouldn't say conservative home plate, but he usually doesn't swing, overswing. He cut it loose right there. I like it.
Inside, ball 4. So Hoskins has been on base 3 times today. And Maikel Franco is coming up, but he's waiting to see if the Pirates are going to make a pitching change or not. Ray Searage is heading out to the mound. Pirates do have Richard Rodriguez loosening up in the bullpen. Umpire just signaled that that was an official mound visit. So what is an official mound visit? Well, we have it for you. Discussions between pitchers and position players that occur between batters in the normal course of play. Visits by position players to the mound to clean spikes in rainy conditions. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Visits to the mound due to an injury or potential injury of pitcher. Visits to the mound after the announcement of an offensive substitution. Surprised that the visit to the mound because of an injury or potential injury is a visit. I didn't know that. Bouncing ball to third. And Moroff will just go to the third base bag, and the inning is over. Phils do get a run back. It's an unearned run. We've played 5. We'll go to the 6th inning. Pirates lead it by 1. Take on the Cincinnati Reds. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets. Smiley will be there. He's here right now with a Fanatic firing out some hot dogs. Fanatic's awfully low with that shooter. Got some good loft on that last one. Here's Jake Thompson with a revamped motion to the plate. And he will take over for Hobie Milner, who allowed a run in 1 inning of work. Thompson was really good his last time out with, again, that revamped motion. He was very quick and short with his windup before. But now he's got a little twist to him, a little extra velocity. What did Rick Cranitz say about that, Ben?
Well, I talked to him the other day about it. I said, first of all, the velocity. He said, yeah, he's feeling really good right now. He said, secondly, everything's out of the stretch. And the reason for that is he thought he was getting a little top heavy with his front shoulder, his lead shoulder, his left shoulder. So he was very spread out when he was in that stretch. And his left shoulder was really pointed on a downward angle, and everything, he just kept falling forward. The front shoulder was going into the ground. His arm was dragging. Everything was up. So now they have his feet a little bit closer together, and that enables his shoulders to stay square at the top. So he doesn't feel like he's throwing downhill. So his shoulder stays square, and his arm is therefore able to stay on top a bit more.
Was he happy with what he saw the other day?
I mean, that's 96 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, this is what he was when the Phillies acquired him, was 95. Was he happy with what he saw the other day?
Extremely. And he continued to do it in the bullpen session I watched the other day.
It's a pretty close pitch there, and it's down and away. So he just walked him.
So before, this shoulder was pointing down, right? So now these shoulders are on a flat line, so he can get all his momentum and his hips and everything moving forward, and that enables him to get on top with his arm as opposed to tucking that left shoulder. I'm like, this is compact. He's able to get on top. You can see how on top of the baseball he is right there.
Here's Max Moroff, and he takes outside. So 5 straight out of the strike zone. So they feel like he can pitch as a starter with this particular motion, right?
Yes, indeed.
Pours it in at 92 miles an hour. Moroff is 0 for 2. He has struck out, and he's fly to center.
And I thought it was an interesting way Rick Cranitz had him get into the habit of keeping those shoulders square. He had him throw every bullpen pitch
Fly ball to left field. Andrew Poulin, who's out there for the first time, makes the catch. You heard Rick in the background. I think you heard it say that a boy.
But he had him throw every pitch in the bullpen session as if there was a man on second base. So you can't have that left shoulder tucked down and pointing down towards the ground. Let's take a look at this fastball here. You can't have that left shoulder pointing down and then check the runner on second base. It's just impossible. So that makes you stand more upright. Your shoulders are squared. Look back towards second base and then get into your pitching motion. It's really a smart way of doing it that way.
Sometimes you wonder where some guys come up with solutions.
Crenny's always thinking.
No balls and 1 strike. Bouncing ball toward third. Florimon to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. Meneses had a little bit trouble with the exchange, but also Newman runs really well.
Man, he got down that line.
Yes, he did.
I like this in Florimon as he goes and gets this ball. Watch him go and get that short hop. That's an excellent play there. If he stays back on that ball, I mean, Newman just outran it.
Right.
If Florimon stays back on that ball, he's going to get a longer hop, and it's going to be a tougher hop. You get that short hop, you know exactly where it's going to be.
To center field, Danny Ortiz. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. Clean inning for Jake Thompson. We move on to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Phillies down 5-4.
Looking for a great local.
Pirates are up from Bradenton, which isn't too far. Beautiful ballpark that's been renovated over the last several years. And they brought themselves a lot of fans for today's game. They also brought Richard Rodriguez, coming in with an 8.10 ERA. Brian Reynolds takes over in center field.
For the Pirates, now playing center field and batting ninth, number 91.
Rodriguez last year with Baltimore pitched in 5 games in the big leagues and had an ERA of 14.29.
Right fielder Nick Williams.
In AAA last year, he pitched in 42 games, had an earned run average of 2.42. He is 28 years old. Signed as a minor league free agent. He is out of the Dominican Republic. And Nick Williams hits one foul, and it's 0-1. Oh, 2. Williams is 0 for 2. He's flied to left. He is struck out. He'll be followed by Jorge Alfaro, and then Cameron Rupp's spot is due up after that. Cam does have a helmet on in the dugout. Fly ball, left center field. And one away.
Catcher Jorge Alfaro.
Jorge Alfaro is 0 for 2. He's fly to right and he is struck out. Fouled away, 0-1. That one just laid right in there for a strike. It's 2-2. Phillies last night had a talent show that they held with the players here at the ballpark after their game against the Yankees. Gabe Kapler said it was very enjoyable. I understand that Alfaro was one of the better singers in the talent show. Murph alluded to the dancing earlier too. Some guys did that. It's their talent. Got a strike 3 called. Alfaro down looking. 2 away here in the 6th inning. Cameron Rupp is coming up. All right, so Ben, if you were invited to a talent show as a player, what would your talent have been?
That's a good question.
Well, he would be terrible with Minute with Murph. It would just take forever. 5 minutes with Ben Davis.
I really don't know.
What are you talking about? You don't juggle?
I could juggle. That's about it.
So you can juggle.
Yeah, but
well, it's a lost art. You get votes, yeah. You get votes.
What would you do?
I'd probably a burp. The alphabet. What?
Of all the talents that you have, that's the one you would want to show off?
I think so. Although I'd have to defer to Larry Anderson, though, because his will be a little longer.
Larry is pretty good in that department.
I'd see how many push-ups I can do in a minute. That would probably be very entertaining. What are you laughing at, Murph?
Now that's a minute with Murph that I'd like to see. Ben, you could stand around and just hold baseballs in your hand, like 7 of them at one time.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah. That wouldn't be as funny, though.
It would not.
Would you like juggle knives and stuff like that?
No, I just do. Just
oranges?
Oranges I could do.
What about pears? They're a little.
I can handle pears.
Yeah. Murph, what would your talent be?
I would sing.
I asked you yesterday if you were going to come over and sing. You said no.
Well, you asked me if I was going to come over and sing.
Oh.
Murph, we were in the car yesterday together heading back from.
Did you hear him sing?
Yes, I don't think you should do that.
I didn't say I'd be good at it. I said I would do it.
Okay.
That's funny.
Show off your talents on changing a light bulb, Tom.
Yeah. Show off how tight my pants are, too. They twist, just
I
so you
wouldn't
know.
go any higher, Tom. I wouldn't go any higher.
If there's any higher, I can go.
I could probably do some type of eating stunt, I think.
Oh, if we go that way.
Yeah.
Like a pie eating contest or something? You don't like sweets, I know. Fly ball to center field. That's pretty well hit. Reynolds going back. It's over his head, and it's off the wall. And Cameron Rupp will get to second base with a 2-out double.
Nice to see Cameron. His last at bat, he smoked the ball lined out to left fielder Jordan Luplow, but this ball is hammered out to left center field, deepest part of the ballpark.
Kingery is out to pinch run.
Good swing there. Shortened it up a lot. Struck out his first at bat, and that ball's hit a long way. Like, kept his head down on it. Reynolds going back. Just by a couple feet missed a homer.
It was almost like a sense of relief when Cameron went back to the dugout when he was greeted by the coaching staff. J.P. Crawford, the hitter, with a tying run at second here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Kingery's going. Nobody's covering third, so he'll be there. Boy, they do want him to try to steal more.
The delay from second base.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, he talked to Murph. He said, you know, one thing he'd like to do, he can always feel like he can improve. I don't think I've ever seen a delay steal from second base.
Really?
But that's one thing he said. I could always get better at his base running. I know there's 2 outs, but any wild pitch, pass ball, a lot of ways to score here.
3-1. JP is fly to center field and fly to left field. The ball to left field was more of a line drive. Just trying to stay alive and hit anything close with the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Phillies tomorrow will be back home against the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays' first trip to Spectrum Field. Phillies have been down to Port Charlotte one time. And then a couple of road games before back home against the Rays on Tuesday. Back toward the middle, and Newman had him played perfectly. And it stops the Phils from scoring a run. They leave one over at third. We'll move to the 7th inning. Pirates 5 and the Phillies 4. Time for our game summary as we go to the top half of the 7th inning. The Pirates lead it 5-4. Solo home run by Diaz. Rhys Hoskins a double, a single, 2 RBIs. Odubel has 2 hits and an RBI as well. And as Jake Thompson goes back to work to face the Pirates for his 2nd inning, Logan Moore will take over behind the plate for Jorge Alfaro. There's Logan. Fly ball to left field. Poulin will make the catch. Colin Cowgill is now in right field.
Alfredo Reyes batting for Frazier.
And Alvarez is at shortstop. This is Alfredo Reyes, who will be the hitter for the Pirates. And he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Alfredo Reyes, who last year hit .232 in Bradenton, a couple home runs. Bouncing ball to shortstop. Well, he can run, can he? 2 outs.
Right fielder Gregory Polanco.
And now Gregory Polanco will bat. Polanco today is 0 for 3. He's grounded out and he's flied out twice. Good spot on that first fastball. All right, so Polanco's a major leaguer. Thompson's been pitching against some minor leaguers over the last couple of games. Do you move him lower? Well, I guess you can't unless you start him, which you could do, just to make sure he gets some major league hitters, or does that matter, you think?
Right now, I think it's more about the stuff and how he's locating. I mean, yes, you can get away with some mistakes to some minor leaguers, but you can get away with mistakes to big leaguers too.
Right.
Especially this time of spring training. I think it's more about how he feels, the finish on his pitches, and how he's locating. Getting ahead of guys, finishing them off.
That ball is rocketed into the corner. Cowgill will get to it quickly, but Polanco's on his way to second base, and he is there with a stand-up double.
For the Pirates, batting for Luplo, number 92, Bryce Brent.
Good looking swing here by Polanco. There's a pitch that's up out over the plate.
Yeah, so you would think most guys would be able to hit that.
Yeah.
Here's Bryce Brent, who was picked up from the Red Sox in a deal for cash. Last year with Pawtucket, he had 31 home runs, 85 RBIs. And he takes a breaking ball. It's 0-1. He has played 34 games in the big leagues, has 1 major league home run. One ball and 1 strike. Bouncing ball foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He buried that one. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. Time to stretch. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Phil's down 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
April 8th when the Phillies take on the Miami Marlins. That's a 135 first pitch. You get the Cavity Busters hooded sweatshirt. There it is right there. That's free to kids 14 and under. Visit Phillies.com to get your tickets right now. Pirates have a whole set of changes which we'll get to. The first change is that Casey Sadler will take over on the mound. Sadler 3 games so far this spring. Jarek Suter takes over at first base. There he is. Eric Wood is over at third base. He takes over from Max Moroff. New shortstop is Pablo Reyes. And Aker Meneses will take the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Out in left field is Bryce Brents, who we just saw. Bouncing ball toward the middle. 1 away.
Smooth.
The new center fielder is Jason Martin. Brian Reynolds came on. We saw him bat, so he's in right field. He moves from center field to right field. And Tommy Joseph is coming up. Tommy taking ground balls at third base was not just let's get some work in today, right?
No.
I mean they are trying to see where else he can fit in. I mean, listen, he's tearing it up offensively.
A couple more hits yesterday.
Yeah, 474 average. So, although he hasn't homered yet, I don't think they're really concerned about that because his swings have been so good. Hit by a pitch. Lift his on base percentage a little bit. So base runner for the Phils. And Danny Ortiz is coming up.
Well, he's playing that off like it didn't hurt, but I think he got him in the back of the elbow.
You know, I thought just square in the back, but let's take a look.
Yeah. Like right in between, like back of his shoulder there, right in the lat.
Lattage.
Owage.
All right, so Tommy's on base. Ortiz Danny Ortiz, who has a home run so far this spring and 3 RBIs, takes strike 1. Sadler last year was coming back from an injury. He wound up pitching in 26 games, some start, some relief. Finished pitching, well, started with Bradenton, Indianapolis, Altoona, 3 different levels. He's been to the big club on 2 different occasions, 2014 after going 11-4 in the minor leagues, and then in 2015 after going 6-5 in the minors. Down the right field line, foul. Two and two to Ortiz, with Tommy Joseph leading off first. And Ortiz is struck out, 2 away. And here comes Andrew Poulin. I think in the next couple of days you'll probably see the Phillies making some adjustments to their roster, because minor league camp has started, and you know, realistically there are players that they have a pretty good idea that will not make the team and are getting a couple of at-bats a game so they can go back to minor league camp and get even more ABs or more innings pitched. Just the way things are at this point. 1 ball and no strikes to Poulin, hitting $125. But for some of them, they're getting a longer look than they have in years past as they progress and get more mature. Like Andrew Poulin's getting more of a look here in the big leagues. Two and 0.
Well, as the starters, the regulars, you would say, start to play more innings, and there's just not a need to have all those bodies in the dugout. Plus, you want them to get ready to rock and roll and play every day in minor league camp.
Yeah, because you're only a few weeks away from getting it going. Two and two.
He's got some sink on that fastball, doesn't he?
He does. Tommy John surgery a couple years ago, which cost him the 2016 season. And a strike 3 call. So Poulin's down looking. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We've played 7 here at Spectrum Field, the Pirates 5, and the Phillies 4. And use the hashtag AuthenticFan on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and show us what makes your Phillies fandom the best. Well, for that little lady, her fandom is how much ice cream I can eat. As we begin the top of the 8th inning. Just going to want some more after that. Jarek Suter leads things off for the Pirates against Jake Thompson. Thompson 2 scoreless innings so far, a few base runners. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Over to third base, big hop for Florimone. 1 away. And that'll bring Christian Kelly to the plate.
Catcher Christian Kelly.
Kelly does not have a batting average so far here in spring. And he hits it foul off to the right, out of play. Phillies have some bullpen action. One of the minor leaguers that they have up from the backfields is loosening up. Luke Leftwich, the right-hander. One ball, 1 strike. How will the Pirates fare this year in the NL Central? Tough when you give up your best starter. I mean, on paper, your best starter in Garrett Cole. Give up your franchise player in Andrew McCutchen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Looper out towards center field. Here comes Ortiz. He dives and they made a bounce on it. Ortiz says he had it.
Eric Cooper was out there. He was on top of it.
Yeah, and there's no argument from Ortiz.
I've seen him be all out. A couple of these plays in spring training. It looks like he caught it.
It does look like he caught it. No argument at all from Ortiz. I got to say, I mean, we're way back behind home. Well, not way back, but we're back behind home plate. It looked like he caught it. But there was no argument at all. Eric Wood with a swing and a miss. Let's take another peek at it. No replay in minor league or spring training games. Yeah, he's got it.
He caught it. That's a heck of a play by Ortiz.
Oh, and 2. One last look. It's hard to see if it hit the ground if you're the umpire coming out. It looks like right in the glove.
I think it's a catch.
Wonder if they would have overruled it if they looked at video. Now we probably would have had they would probably have a little more access to some things. Eric Wood 5 for 13. Good play by Logan Moore. 2-2.
Outstanding play by Logan Moore. That was a short one.
And he got Wood looking. 2 away. And Pablo Reyes is coming up. Take a look at this pitch from Thompson. Change up.
Change up there on the outside corner.
Reyes the opposite way, slicing foul.
Jeez.
Ball went a pretty good way, didn't it?
The winds have shifted.
Reyes, 24 years old, a non-roster invitee. Last year in Altoona, a .274 with 10 homers and 50 runs batted in. He had 21 stolen bases. Out towards second base. And that'll do it for Jake Thompson's 8th inning. 3 scoreless for Thompson. We'll move on to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-4 Pirates.
Fans visit the
Pirates is right-hander Tyler Jones. Jones, 5 spring training games, 4 strikeouts. As he will face Pedro Florimon to start things off for the Phillies.
For the Phillies, third baseman Pedro Florimon.
Tyler Jones last year in the Yankees organization had 12 wins on 2 different levels. And he will face Florimon to start things off. First pitch at 93 is a little low.
Good swing.
Yeah, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Pedro squaring around there. He was on the half field with a bunch of other players the other day. They had the machine out working on their bunting. They actually had a special machine that was shooting out baseballs, but the baseballs were half the size of a regular baseball.
Oh, really?
It was pretty cool.
So try to just test the hand-eye coordination?
Yeah, exactly right.
Pirates picked Tyler Jones up from the Yankees in a minor league free agent deal. Originally selected by the Minnesota Twins. I should say originally selected by the White Sox out of junior college. Didn't sign, then went to LSU for a year, pitched for the Twins, and was released by the Twins. Ball girl's getting some work down there. Two balls, 2 strikes. He's been basically used as a closer in the minor leagues, at least recently. Popped it up way up there, second base side. Reyes, the second baseman, calls off Reyes, the shortstop, and makes the catch. And 1 away.
Right fielder.
And Colin Cowgill is coming up. A .286 hitter this spring so far. Cowgill will be followed by Logan Moore. Back to the mound. Let's see if Jones can field his position. He does.
Oh, had some English on it.
Yeah, so 2 away here in the 8th inning. Pirates are throwing out some pretty good arms late in this game here. .6'4", 240 pounds. Down low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. One and one. The outside corner, 1-2.
Not a ton of effort there either by Tyler Jones, but the ball coming out of his hand hot.
Breaking ball, and they appeal, and no swing, so 3-2. Steven Brault started today for the Pirates. He went 2 2/3. Clint Hurdle has the first 2 games of the season already set with how he's going to pitch them. And a strike 3 call. Phillies go down in order here in the 8th inning. So 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 8th. We've completed our first 8. Luis Garcia is going to get some work when we come back to the top of the 9th for the Phillies. Pirates to finish this one off. The Pirates are on top by 1, 5-4. That little lady just wandering around. Here's Luis Garcia. Luis 3 2/3 innings so far. 4 strikeouts. And he will face Jason Martin to start things off. All right, so Jake Thompson 3 innings for the Phils out of the bullpen. 3 innings, he allowed 2 hits and no runs. Yeah, the first pitch is in there, 0-1.
Usually don't comment on the umpires, but I think DJ Rayburn has done an excellent job today. You really haven't questioned a whole lot of calls. Been good for both sides. Given that borderline pitch, he's done a really good job today.
Yeah, deliberate with the way he calls, but you're right. I would agree with you on that. Bunts toward third, and Martin trying to bunt his way on, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had a strike 3 called. You okay with that one?
See, that's that borderline pitch.
Well,
but I think it's a strike. And obviously should be called a strike.
All right, so Luis gets the first out. Now Brian Reynolds, who flied out to right field in his only at bat. He is 0 for 1. Take a peek at it. Yeah, I think that's a strike. I mean, he caught it low, but it crossed the plate at the knees or above. Reynolds last year 10 homers in San Jose, 63 runs batted in. And a slider for a strike. Over to second base or second base side. And Alvarez throws out Reynolds. 2 outs.
Second baseman Alfredo Reyes.
And Alfredo Reyes is coming up. Alfredo Reyes last year spent his season in Bradenton, hit .232. 20 extra base hits, 24 stolen bases. Thompson is back in the bullpen throwing the rest of his pitches for the day. He went 3 innings today, struck out a couple.
Very efficient.
And now the 0-1 pitch coming. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Over toward third. Florimone makes the play. It's a fair ball in time. Wow. Wow, does he have a good arm. A 1-2-3 top of the 9th inning for Luis Garcia. Last chance for the Phils. Showing some defensive effort here this afternoon. Pedro Florimone with a strong arm to take us to the bottom of the 9th. Anyone's baseball team. A lot of baseball teams are down here playing their spring break over the next 7 days. I know my son Tommy and the College of New Jersey Lions, nationally ranked by the way, are up in Lakeland. They'll be at Chano Lakes Field. There's Wheels, proud Penn State graduate, not Penn State Brandywine, but Penn State main campus.
Right off at 352.
That's right. Wheels going old school today with his jacket.
I like it.
Mr. Spring Training.
That first guy on base.
It'll be Scott Kingery to lead things off. The first pitch taken upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Jones in his 2nd inning of relief work for the Pirates. Off to the right now to play. Another one to the right side that again will find the seats. Scott Kingery's, depending on whether he makes the club or not, he's probably going to be with the Phillies for this entire spring. Is there a chance he makes it? Sure there is. Is there a chance he goes to AAA to start playing some other positions and get used to it on the minor league level? There is that possibility too. Now the 1-2 pulls it foul. Gabe Kapler has those decisions to make.
And simply so, if Gabe does want to move him in a different position, Scott Kingery feels comfortable.
Again fouled away. Remains 1-2. Upstairs 2-2. Kingery will be followed by Alvarez, who's on deck. Pulled toward the hole at shortstop, backhanded by Reyes. No way getting him. I mean, he was moving up the line. And Kingery with a base hit. That'll bring his average up from 409.
When you get down and count 1-2, refuses to go down, fouls off a couple pitches, put it in play. Let your wheels do all the talking here.
Well, he may be off and running here. I mean, he didn't even need the jetpack there.
I'd be surprised to see a bunt right here.
So Alvarez is up. Phil's down by 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Yep.
And he bunts it. Well, he got tied up, didn't he?
He's got to get ready sooner.
Mitch Walding is out on deck. Eleazar Alvarez, 267 this spring. Nice play behind the plate by Kelly. Runner goes. Pitch is taken up high. Throw to second base. Off the glove of Reyes. Backed up by the other Reyes. But they had Scott Kingery.
Yeah, Pablo Reyes. Throw right on the money. Good throw by Kelly.
Fast release.
Very quick to his feet. So he was more worried about the runner than catching the baseball. I mean, you see Scott would have been out by plenty. The Phils will take it.
Yeah, stolen base puts the tying run in scoring position. Two and two. Slider that came into the strike zone. Phillies have won 4 straight Grapefruit League games and try to make it 5 in a row. 6-8 so far this spring, with their come from behind victory yesterday against the Yankees. So the numbers in 1-run games for the Phils. No doubt that's something they want to improve on. Alex McRae has been warming in the Pirates bullpen. Nobody up in the Phillies bullpen at this moment. Got him. Slowed it up a little bit. One out, and we go to the top of the order. Mitch Walding is in the leadoff spot.
The Phillies batting for Meneses, number 83, Mitch Walding.
Walding had a couple RBIs in yesterday's game. Walding's average this spring at 400. Kid's got a good breaking ball.
Yeah, he's gone to that slider quite a bit this inning. Last inning, more so with the fastball. You just see Mitch get one up in that jet stream out to right field here.
There's the jet stream Ben is talking about, otherwise known as the wind.
Hit one out on Route 19 out there.
Yeah. Or into the water where the alligator is. Right?
There's a gator out there?
Yeah.
I thought it was in the pond behind us.
I don't know. Nick Marquetta showed us a picture. I thought it was out there.
No, I'm pretty sure it's next to the truck.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know there was a pond outside by the production cavity.
Mm-hmm. And a pool.
1 and 2. Bouncing ball foul. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, they wanted it upstairs. It was just a little too high. 2 and 2. Howie Joseph is on deck. And now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bouncing ball right side. Kingery will go over to third, but the Phil's down to their final out. So it's up to Tommy, who was hit by a pitch in his only at bat.
First baseman, Tommy Joseph.
And Clint Hurdle's going out, and it looks like Alex McRae is going to come in to get the last out.
Of course.
So 2 outs here in the 9th inning, and Jones has hit his pitch count. So McRae is coming in. So we've got a pitching change. We'll be back to Spectrum Field right after this. television, Ben. A couple of camera guys today wanted to get on TV down by the Pirates dugout. Alex McRae will take over for the Buccos with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. He's on to face Tommy Joseph.
See if Tommy can exact some revenge here after getting plunked his last AB. A good time for his first homer of the spring.
We haven't really had a walk-off yet, right?
Just saying.
24-year-old Alex McRae, who last year was 10-5 with an ERA of 3.61 with Altoona in the Eastern League. Swing and a miss on the first pitch, an 87-mile-an-hour slider.
Yep.
And it's 0-1. Bouncing ball foul, so it's 0-2. McRae, a non-roster invitee to Major League camp for the first time. Former 10th round pick. No balls and 2 strikes. Kingery over at third base. And a high fly ball off the left field line. Reyes, the shortstop, makes the catch. And the Pirates win the ball game. A 1-run victory for Pittsburgh, 5-4 over the Phils. For the Phillies here in the 9th inning, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left over at third base. Well, our WB Mason delivery of the game, it is Jordan Luplow's home run.
That's a good one here off Hobie Milner. He knows it. Off the back fencing there, above the bullpens. That was a good one.
Just sounded like it was a good shot.
Yeah, that's your WB Mason delivery of the game.
All right, so the Phils' 4-game winning streak is over with as they drop a 5-4 decision to the Pirates here this afternoon at Spectrum Field. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.